Let's let's go as everyone's coming on. So hopefully you can see me okay. Hopefully you can hear me. I'm just going to plug in my uh, AirPods here and hopefully they're fine. We've been very busy over the last month, and I'm currently traveling, so things look a little bit different. Time zone's a bit different, so I think that might be why we have a few less people on the call this week. But that's fine, totally cool. We were going to go through with everything and show you everything today that we've got. So hope everyone's well. Let me know that you can see me, can hear me. Chat should be on, I think. I'll just double check that. Yes, it is. Cool. So let me know that you can hear me okay. Everything's coming through okay. And we'll get started on this in just a moment. Hey, Sabine. Good to see you. Tyus is coming on now. Cool. Cool. All right. Looks like we're ready to go. So it should be really exciting today because we have been working really hard on a number of updates. And before I kick things off, I'd like to also mention that we've now started development on the app, which we expect to be done reasonably quickly for Android anyway. So we're working through that at the moment, and we will be doing some updates, but there'll be less major updates over the next probably 1 to 2 months. We'll see how we go, but probably the next 1 to 2 months, because we will be working on the app. If there's anything urgent, we'll be taking care of it. We have a long list of things as well for this week that we're going to get through as we kind of start the process. And some of those I'll show you today. There's been some changes that we've made that will adjust a little bit, and we've got feedback from the community, which has kind of helped to shape that as well. So, hey, Yuta, awesome, great to see you as well. And cool, no worries. So let's jump into what is new here. I'll share my screen. Go on, just let me know you can see everything okay. I think everyone can. It's showing that it's coming through clearly. There's been some major updates that we've been working through, and they've been updates we've been wanting to do for a long time. The first one that you can probably see that's the most obvious is the leaderboard here. We've decided to roll out a gamification system and we're still refining it a little bit. There'll be a few improvements to it, but this is the first version, and you can see now that you'll be able to use this in order to incentivize people inside of your leaderboard contests, which is something really new. And the way this works is that you go into settings here, you go into members, then you go into gamification, and you'll see a leaderboard option here now. So we've separated levels and leaderboards. So previously you'd go in here and you'd have seen something along the lines of levels, I think, or probably levels. Now you go into gamification, you can see your levels that are here. So the assigning of rewards for each level as people upgrade. And then we have a leaderboard contest that's available now. So we've got past contests here. You can view past contests. And then we've got active contests that are running right now. Now, as I said, this is the first version of this. So we've got a very basic version. Right now, you can assign up to 3 prizes. So you can assign first, second, and third. I've done this as a test to show you today. Maybe I'll leave this up though. Maybe this is something good for our group that I'll keep here. And you can assign for future months as well. So you can see here that if you want to create a contest for future months, you're able to do that. And we'll be rolling out an update very soon. So members of yours can actually prepare for future months and they can see what's coming in those future months as well. So this should help, hopefully, to drive more engagement in your groups and also incentivize people a little bit better as well. So we can do this by clicking Add Prize. We then add a prize here. So we click through, we can add a custom prize, we can add a message prize, and you'll also be able to add an upgrade as a prize as well off the right away. So if you do have a a prize that you have available, then you will be able to, or an upgrade available, then you'll be able to add that as an extra incentive here if you want to make it really high stakes. So you can assign these for future months. We have this 5 months into the future right now. We're going to make it so you can have it endlessly. And if you're using this, we'd love to know that. And we would like, I think the next natural step would be to add recurring contests onto this. So you could set a contest up once and have it run over and over again every single month for your group. So this is the first version of that leaderboard, and I encourage you to test it out, see how it works for you. You'll also be able to see your past contests as well here. We will have the top 10 from those past contests. And as people get prizes, so they get a placing in the top 10, this will also reflect on their profile within your group as well. So that's the first major update that we've done. We are also working through the theme. So the themes itself will soon be applied to those leaderboards as well. So if you have a specific theme that you've selected here, then the leaderboard theme will also respond to that theme as well. So yeah, through this, I don't know if you're able to do challenges with it yet, but I guess you could. So if you had a month that you wanted people to contribute to your community, then you could do that. You could say, hey, this is a challenge over the next month. But yeah, this is the first version of this. In terms of challenges, I'm not sure. That's something that's still on our list to investigate, but we haven't been looking at that over the last month. The other parts that we've added over this last month, and there's a lot, we've also added into your account and profile a two-factor authentication. This helps to verify accounts and also secure your account if you want to use that. If you're using a verification software right now, you'll be able to go into your account and profile. You'll be able to activate this, and that will then be available to you. So that's available there now. We also have integrated, maybe it's here, applications, privacy and visibility. It's coming out soon, I think. We haven't yet integrated this yet. There's a few things that we're still working through, so that'll be coming soon. Now, in the community here, we've done some refinements, we've done some updates here. Probably the biggest change that you'll notice will be in profile. And we were trying something out here. It hasn't really worked. So we're going to revert back to the previous setup we had, but we're going to make it a little bit easier and make some improvements to this. So we did publish a group calendar here so you can see the events happening across all of your groups. Instead of having this here, we're actually going to move this next week into this place here where it used to be, and we're going to add a switch here. So you can switch from the group view to all of your events happening, and it'll make it really clear which events are happening as well. So there's a change we did, but we're going to roll that back a little bit after getting feedback. I read the thread in the group about that, and I agree. I think it would be better here to actually showcase which groups that you want to showcase on your profile and also groups that you belong to. So we're going to be improving this system. We're doing that now. It'll be rolled out very soon. And we're also improving the followers and the following system here as well. So right now it doesn't really work. And we're just refining this so it's going to work really well, and it'll work consistently with the other parts of the software as well. So prepare for that. That's coming. And to help with the registration flow, we're also going to be incorporating a new field. So instead of biography, when people are signing up, we're going to simply ask them to state their profession, and we can use that in multiple ways across the site. Then they can update their biography when they're actually registered, and that'll hopefully speed up some of the registration process for people coming through. Now, in terms of other updates, we rolled out the tag system. We had a lot of requests for that, and we decided that we'd make it available for everyone. And you'll be able to go into your tag system by going into content and structure and then into tags here. You can assign different colors to each tag. You can choose how many posts, which posts are going to be added into these tags. And this is strictly at the moment for admin use. We haven't really got a good use case for where we would allow members to add tags of their own. So the admin chooses the tags that they want assigned here by clicking add tag. Then you've got colors that are able to be selected. And then from there, you can add a tag and it will be listed in here. And then any posts that are being published into your community, like I've been using this in our community here, you can then assign a tag to those. So for example, if I wanted to, this is a new post that's just come in, I can go into category here and I can select the tag. We'll over time we'll get a better way of doing this, but right now that's the way to do it. And you can add these into your group right now as the tags category here. So that is something that's been added in as well. Now, probably the biggest update that we haven't yet shared, and we haven't really gone in depth into, but it's been probably the biggest update that we've done for a while, is the in funnel and promotion. No, no, in monetization, sorry, we have upgrades. So you can set the price for your group here. So you can set pricing and you can do all of that. And then in here, you can actually add upgrades. So this is the first version. We're still making a few refinements to this. You'll notice a couple of changes that will be happening over the next update that we do. However, in principle, this works and works really well. So all you need to do is go under here and you can add an upgrade. And when you add an upgrade, it'll be listed here. You can name the upgrade. You can then choose if it's paid or if it's free, and then you can simply activate. And once you've activated one of these, I'll do it in another group of mine because I don't want to mess with the main group here. But I'll do this, and I don't think it won't affect anything in this group. So we'll go into monetization, upgrades, premium. This is a premium upgrade. Now we go into paid, we activate it, we set a price for it. It can be one time, it can be recurring. We click save, and it's saved. Now, when I go back here, what I can do is I can go ahead and I can assign different categories to this upgrade. I can assign different courses to this upgrade, and I can assign also events to this upgrade as well. And the way that I do that is I can go into my categories. So I go into members, content and structure, sorry, categories. And then I go into, say, for example, let's just say tools and resources. We want to restrict this access. And I scroll down here and you can see here that we have premium, and I select premium and I click save. And what that means is that only people that have access to this premium membership will be able to access tools and resources. So if you're in the community partners group right now, what you'll see is you'll see that this tools and resources is locked, and you'll see a badge that's associated with it. And if you click on that badge, it'll encourage you to upgrade in order to unlock that particular category. Same with courses here as well. You can see here right now that these courses will unlock at these different levels. So we were testing this out before. So level 1, you get access to this. Level 2, you get access to this. And now what we'll do is we'll do one for this course here. Now, I don't obviously have any content in this course. However, it'll still work to show you this in demonstration. So we go into our course settings here. Again, we're going to go down, we're going to go to our levels, and we select this upgrade here for premium. And what this means is now that if anyone wants access to this, they will need to purchase premium to get access to this particular course. So what it means is that if you wanted to just assign one course, and someone had to purchase just one course inside of your program, you just wanted to sell one course as an individual course, you can do that through this upgrade system. Or if you wanted to incorporate more into that one upgrade, you can do that as well. So you can customize these upgrades with a lot more flexibility. It's a lot easier to do. It works alongside the level system, as you can see here, so it doesn't create conflicts between them or confusion. And I haven't seen anyone do it in this way, but I think it's the best way of doing it. So please try it out, see what you think. Also with events as well, it's the same deal. You can assign access to an event for just those upgraded members. However, everyone in the group sees it, so they'll be able to see that they have limited access, and they'll be able to click and they'll be able to upgrade if they want to gain access to that material. So what it hopefully means is that you'll be incentivized as an admin to be able to create more content and add more value to these upgrades to get people to upgrade or encourage people to upgrade. So there's a number of different use cases for this. If you had multiple packages, so for example, if you had people on a base package and then you wanted to get them to upgrade to another package and you had a different package, say for example, if we were taking drop shipping and we had maybe one of these is how to sell products with drop shipping. And then we might have a second level, which is how to create your own products for drop shipping. So there's two clear distinctions there. And you want everyone to be able to have access to the base general content about drop shipping, but you want only specialized members that actually want to create their own invention perhaps to drop ship. Then you would have that as an additional level, and they might click through and they might see that that's $1,000 or $2,000 value. And then inside of your group, you could actually book meetings, one-on-one meetings with people in your general group to encourage them to upgrade if they're a good fit for that, or you could sell that upgrade, have it available for people to upgrade to. So this hopefully is going to be a really, really big feature for admins. Hopefully it'll increase the amount of revenue they're making from your groups and offer more payment options. I mean, definitely offers more payment options. We do have one restriction at the moment, which is you can create up to 3 upgrades. And the reason is that we haven't seen a use case where you'd need more than that. But if you do, then please let me know. The way that it works, and I'll go back to show you this, is it works as a progressive system. So you've got here upgrade 1. If we add another one, you've got upgrade 2. You see this test, and we'll just say that we're going to put this at 199. Activate it and click save. So you've got then number 1, you've got number 2, and if someone has access to number 1, they will then be able to upgrade to number 2 as a higher level. So we've kind of created it like that, so it has a sequence. Now we may be able to adjust that if you want to, but that's how it works at the moment. Everyone joins to your group if it's a free group or it's a pay group on a base level, and they do that through your pricing here. And then they can then upgrade to those higher tiers and high levels through this system here. And you've also got a convenient upgrade link that you can share with people, and they'll be able to then purchase an upgrade through that option. When they click in the courses on the upgrade button, will they show the upgrade page for payment? Yes. So it does, yeah. So if they click on a course that they don't have access to, then it will show the payment page for them to upgrade. At the moment, it's a very basic page, and maybe we can add more options in the future to maybe a video or a little more details. That's the next step, I guess. And yeah, we just want feedback on it as much as possible. If there's some way that you can incorporate this into your groups that makes sense for you, then please do. And we'd love to get some feedback on how it works. So in terms of your question here, monetization, will it be possible to soon have a free trial for the pay once feature? Yes, we reviewed that with the developers. As long as there's no restrictions from Stripe or PayPal on doing that, then we'll do it. Yes, so it's on our list. It will be added in the near future. We need to investigate that we are able to add those through with the payment systems that we're using. And if it is, then we can do it, and we will do it. Yeah, a kind of small landing page would be great. I agree. So we will look at doing that, and maybe a pop-up that features everything, or a separate page perhaps. We'll have a look how it goes so far, and then we'll look at incorporating those things more in the future. So I think it'll obviously add to it, help people to upgrade. But right now, for how it works, you could sell, for example, there's many ways you could sell this at the moment on an event. So if you're running an event in your group like this one here, then we could, at the end of the event, advertise the upgrade, for example, and enroll people into it using this copy upgrade link. And then all of your members who are already a member can click on that link, they can upgrade, and it'll be automatically added to their account. We also improved the registration system and some of the gamification updates as well. So anyone who's registering into your groups now for the first time, they're going to receive a pop-up that actually just confirms that they've upgraded, that they've been added to your group successfully. And it has an animation, so they hopefully feel good about it, and it gives them some more clear instructions about entering your group. We've also done that with the upgrades as well. So when someone purchases them, they will then get a confirmation message that'll say, hey, congratulations on getting access to this new upgrade, and here's the features that you've just unlocked. And then also we've got, as part of that, which is really, really cool as well, is that when you upgrade to a new level through gamification, we've also unlocked a new animation as well. So hopefully more and more people who are using the system will be able to use it and feel good about doing it as well as they unlock new rewards and new tools. We've also improved the notifications going out for gamification as well. So when you upgrade or when you get a new level in gamification, we now send out more emails and notifications to confirm that. Before it wasn't going out. We didn't have anything that would notify someone through email. Now we do. And that will help as well. And we've also improved the invoicing for all of the system as well. The whole system's invoicing has been improved, and the invoices themselves look a lot better. They're VAT compliant, and you'll see invoices for upgrades as well. And then another thing that we've done, which you'll be able to see if you visit the website for the first time in incognito mode, then you'll see that we've got cookie consents now added. So our cookie consents are there, they're changeable, they're adjustable, they can be updated in settings in future as well. That's also been added to everyone's Communi accounts. Concerning tiers, when they book upgrade 2, is then upgrade 1 included or not? Right now, they need to purchase every individual one to do it, as far as I understand. So we want feedback on that, whether that's the best way of doing it. Another way we could do it would be that they upgrade to level 2 and then they, as part of that, get access to number 1. And that would mean that the price would be higher to include that fee in it. But right now they're separate packages, so they would have to purchase every individual one separate. We want to get feedback on that, whether that's the best way to go about it. And yeah, but right now we've just started with the most basic that we could think of, and the most basic is that every upgrade has its own price, and people upgrade to each individual upgrade in order to unlock those features of each individual upgrade. But there is a hierarchy, so and that hierarchy helps us to organize how we show those upgrades within the training area, and also how we show it on people's profiles as well. So that's the main reason for the hierarchy, but that's it's not that uh, it's not it doesn't change and adjust based on that within the upgrades, if that makes sense. So someone, if they decide to jump to level 3 and get that upgrade level 3, great, they get the upgrade, they get the features associated with that upgrade, but they don't get the other features associated with the other upgrades right now if they purchase that higher tier. That's the way we've done it right now, but I'm definitely open to doing it another way if we find that there's a better way of doing it. But right now, that's how it's working. So that is what we've done in that side of things. We have the cookie consent, so you can go to your settings and you can now see these. So privacy and consent, we've got these performance cookies, functional cookies, and these show. We've got also additional explanations for it as well, and that's available. We've done some small adjustments to the UI. We've done some small adjustments to a few other things as well. One of the major things we're doing, which you'll notice next week, I think, maybe the week after, is that we are improving the support system and we're adding a full knowledge base in. It's going to start off being in English, and we will then roll out additional languages, but that's something that we wanted to prioritize before we get deep into the app, have some sort of knowledge base, because we've been getting a lot of questions about it for a long time. And now that the structure of the software is solid, and we're settled on a lot of the features, the knowledge base can be rolled out, and you'll see that that'll be available here. And you'll also see that these eyes that you've seen probably coming soon for a long time will actually have links to relevant articles in the knowledge base. So that's one thing that's coming out as well. And that's going to be focused on next for the next month. So to go now into, I've gone through the other features, and one of the other things we've done as well is we've removed the admin levels. We had those, but we really weren't focused enough on making them really good. So we've decided to roll those back. So there's no admin levels right now. There's just admins are included as part of the main level system. We might bring that out in the future when we bring out the marketplace, but for now, we're just going to revert back to the original levels for admins. And I think it'll remove some confusion, and I think it's easier for now to do that. One other thing is that that's all actually. There's a few more adjustments, but I'll talk about what we're doing over the next month now, and then we can go through some questions perhaps. So the next month, the main focus is really going to be on refinement and improving the features that are existing in the software right now. So I've seen some comments in the community. There are some additional payment processes. We've added some additional video integrations already over the last month as well, 2 new integrations over the last month. We also have got plans as well to refine this dashboard and improve the way that it works. So one of the major improvements that we need to add in, which I've talked with Sabine and Yuta in the past about, is the onboarding system here. We don't currently have a way of viewing more than the people that are here. So you end up messaging people, but there's no way of tracking who you messaged. And there's also no real way of being able to extend this list to look at everything as a whole. So we've created designs for seeing this as a whole, and we'll be rolling a future update to improve this onboarding system. I think it can be a really valuable part of Communi if it's done well, and we're not currently doing it very well. So we're going to move it. It's not going to be in the dashboard. It's going to be its own setting, as well as this overview as well. It's going to become its own setting, so you can go through and you can track what's happening, and it'll be part of our automated messaging follow-up system as well. So it'll be included within that in the settings. So that's one area that we've had on our list for a while that we want to improve, that we are going to improve. The leaderboard's going to get some improvements. The way the contests in the leaderboard is working are going to get some improvements as well. There's a number of items we're still rolling out for that. The uh, recurring events work really well at the moment inside of events. We found a number of bugs with them though over the last week. We had an issue with me scheduling events last week, and we found a few issues with it, and we've refined that over the last week. And you also notice that any recurring events now have a new icon. So you can actually see as an admin which events you have that are recurring versus single one-time events. So this is going to be useful. And we will in the next month roll out a way of having recurring one-on-one events as well through chat in those meetings. There's another update I forgot to mention, but we've updated the way that this is working. And this is still a work in progress. So over the next month, this area here, the post system, will get some improvements. And also the lessons system that we currently have has been improved, but will receive more refinement as well. So you'll see here that this is a new view. We've actually added this in over the last month. And what it includes right now is it includes the ability to be able to make this in a larger area, add in some more different content options. And this is really building up to the point where we're going to have the ability to embed or add in images within the lessons themselves, add in videos within the lessons themselves, and have a lot more flexibility. One of the challenges that we had was really bringing the editors in line, because we've currently got different editors. If you've seen, for lessons we had a different editor, for courses we had a different editor, for events we had a different editor, which was similar to courses but different. And we're going to be just making this in match across all of these different features. So it will be easier for new members to pick up and easy to use. And there's a lot more that we'll be able to do with it when we do that as well. So that is a work in progress that'll be coming soon. Yeah, so one of the features that we'll look at rolling out and that we are building towards is that being able to create a post out of a lesson. And I think we may already have that rolled out. I'll just check. I've been talking with the team about this, and it's a progress we're kind of working through at the moment. And we had this in our development, but it may have been rolled back because it required a little more. We may have it here though. Let me see. I'll just create a new lesson and see if we can do this. Ah, here we go. So we do have this available now for new lessons. It's currently limited. It will be more widely available very soon. We'll have more settings attached to this. But so what this does and why you would do it is, say, for example, that you are building and growing your group and you want to notify your members about a new post that you've just posted within a course that they're a part of. So you can create a post from this lesson itself. And that means that you can write up this, you can add it as content into your lesson, and it's also going to be carried across into your community here. So it'll have a breadcrumb that'll show which lesson it belongs to within your course. So the case for this would be if you are building a community, you're inviting people into that community, and you're letting them know that you're creating a course, and you want to gradually introduce new lessons over time and keep engaging people with those new lessons. If you do it currently, they'll miss that lesson because they won't see it in the community. You'll actually have to notify them individually that the course or separately that the course has a new lesson in it. So a solution to that is to actually allow for people to and allow admins to post this directly into the community when a lesson releases. And this is the first step towards more of an like article system, I guess, where we have beautiful lessons being able to be created and also posted within the community by admins. So admins can then see that or members can then see that within the community. They can access it, and then they'll be able to see those new lessons and engage with those new lessons as well. So it's a pilot feature. It's a test. We want to see how it goes. And if it goes well, and if it works well, then we'll introduce new additional features into it, which we have that I think will help improve some of the things that we're doing. One of those would be being able to create posts into the community from events as well. So right now, if you create an event, obviously people can see it within your events. But if you want to create a discussion around those events, then there should be a way to be able to create an event and post it within the community as well. So people then get notified about it via email if you want them to. Then they can have a discussion around that upcoming event. So that will be the next stage that we want to carry along. And that's come out of being able to bring these editors more in line with each other. And there's a few more things that we'll bring down the track. But this one has been done. I'd be fascinated to see how it goes. And yeah, we didn't really have any explanation for it. Sabine, you're right. We kind of rolled it out. I wasn't even. I was testing it, and it was working well in development. And the teams obviously rolled it out, and that's available now. So if you are updating a new lesson, it's something to consider being able to notify people within your community or update it within your community this new lesson that you've got. So we'll see how that goes. Cool. So in the next month, we'll also be doing some refinements to the event editor here. So that's going to get an adjustment. The I think that's the main thing. The members system here is going to get an adjustment as well to the visual designs. The major thing that we want to do here is allow admins to see the upgrade labels. So I think it was Sabine. Sabine, you wrote in the group that it would be great to have upgrade levels here assigned in some way, or as being able to filter via upgrade or see who's got the upgrade. And I agree, that would be really good. Also within the chat as well, when you're engaging with members, it would be really good to see which upgrade level that they actually have, so you can make better decisions in terms of how you communicate with them and whether you want to introduce them or offer them a new upgrade within chat, because that's one of the best selling tools that we have within the software. So that is also coming, and that'll come very soon. It'll be in the next update that we do. We're in the process of implementing it at the moment. It's in production, so that will be coming down the line very soon as well. And other than that, the major focus that we have, other than the refinements that we're doing here, we're doing some updates to the icons to bring them to make them look a bit better. And we will also be, we've got media, connected apps, and help center. Yeah, so I guess the major updates I've talked about and discussed already. We'll be improving the search here, but the major one next week is going to be the help desk improvements, refinements, knowledge base that'll be incorporated into this, and then those other updates that I've discussed. So it's been a really big month. This has been slightly delayed, this call. Part of that's been I've been adjusting to a new time zone, and it's probably a better time zone. So that's good in that sense. Now, in terms of what happens when you run out of space with your uploaded media, uh, I'm not sure yet. We haven't had anyone do it. So when we do have someone do it, we'll have a look at that. It might be that we need to have some sort of charge or give the option to remove. Obviously, you have the option to remove some media, but I'm not sure at the moment. Yeah, I'm not sure. So, Nee, hopefully you're not too close to that upload limit. It is high. It's difficult to do it. I mean, for our group, I think we've just done it in our group. If I go to our media, I think I have gone over it, and we currently don't have anything that happens if you go over the media. It's really, oh yeah, there we go, 1.7. So you can see we've got, I think, something along the lines of maybe 10,000 posts or something. We have a lot of posts in here, so there's some large amount of posts anyway, and we've gone over it. We don't have anything in place right now if you go over it, but we want to monitor it because data is expensive, and we just want to make sure that we don't end up going, and if the features that we have, we don't want them to be too data heavy essentially, because if they're data heavy, then it costs us money. And with lifetime accounts, it's very difficult to the data is the major expense that we have. So we just need to be careful on that. That's all. And we may incorporate when we go to a subscription model, some sort of additional data package, but we haven't discussed that. We want to get the app out first, and then we'll have a look at those things. But uh, I don't think anyone else apart from me has actually gone over that. Cool. So the other areas that we wanted to look at over this next month. We've also done some refinements to the polls, and this also is another area we're going to be doing some improvements. You'll see that we've got a list of our updates to do to the poll system. We've done some already, but it will be getting an improvement next week as well. And I think that's everything at the moment. I think I've gone through everything that we've done. Uh, yeah. Yeah, so the next uh, sort of part of this, we are making refinements, we're making improvements. There's no major features that we're going to be releasing that are new until we get the app out. So we'll be making some refinements and improvements to the features that we have, but for the most part, what we have right now is the product that we'll have when we have the app available. In terms of polls, there's some refinements coming. So it's not major stuff, but we obviously added in the dates, which has worked well, but the message here is going to be improved because that's a message that we notify people once the it needs to be more clear. And we also need to remove the fractions from here just to make it look a bit better. And that's the major updates that we'll be doing. And we also wanted to allow for the ability to use polls inside of lessons. And this is the other thing that I haven't talked about as well, but we did do this as well. I forgot about this. So we've also incorporated or added in an about section here. And the thinking behind this is that for members by default, we right now we have here's the problem we've got. So the problem is that in profile, we've got a lot of groups listed, and not everyone wants groups that they belong to listed. So if you belong to a group and you don't want your association with that group on your profile, there's currently no way of removing that, which is the problem. So this will be updated in the next week, but you'll have a way of being able to, first of all, choose which groups are featured on your profile. So that's going to be the first update that'll change. So if you want to hide groups from your profile, or if you want no groups showing on your profile, that's going to be an option from next week. We're also going to improve the look of these because, as Sabine rightly mentioned, they're not clear and they don't help. That makes sense. They're not helping anyone because they're just icons and they really don't tell enough about groups that you would want to promote within Communi. And they should be able to tell a story about the business that you run and also the interests that you have and the other groups that you belong to as well. So we're going to be updating that. And then on to the about. The ultimate goal for us will be to roll out a marketplace. And the reason is that if we roll out a marketplace, we are then able to help better support our admins and help to grow their groups in a number of different ways. So in order to do that, we need some way of being able to have people submit uh, their groups to categories, and we need to be able to categorize them, and we need to be able to list them on our website in a way that looks consistent and makes sense. So the challenge is that we have the custom landing pages right now, and we also have this marketplace that we want to create. And if we have custom landing pages, it's more difficult to create a marketplace. So we've kind of put a middle ground in there. And this is what we did with the about section. We really didn't know what to do with the about section. It was featuring the guidelines before, and it really wasn't doing much. But for people that are new to Communi and don't necessarily, you have to excuse my internet is pretty bad today. The issue is that we currently don't have uh, a a way of being able to, for a new member, publish their group and have it hidden until they're ready to go live. and we also don't have a way of them being able to just have something ready to share. We want to make it as easy as possible. So basically what we did is we brought back the about. So then what we can do is we can have this about here. We will have more available here in terms of featuring different videos, different testimonials, different things, but in a standard format that we can use for a marketplace. And the ultimate goal, which we're moving towards, will be when you update your about page as a new group, you're going to see a way of submitting it to the marketplace to help you to get more people through. And it'll also allow us to add more options here that you can then utilize too. Now, we then feature it inside of the About section of a group here. And there's a few other things that we'll bring out to help with this as well in the future. But right now, this is how it looks. So it shows how many courses you have available, how many events are available, how many members are available, one-on-one chat, if it's turned off or it's on. And then we have this private group or public group. So you can see the status of it. And we have guidelines here. Guidelines is not in the most clear place. And we're looking at investigating ways of making this more clear and making it more available for new members coming in. But for now, this is what we have. Now, we didn't want to get rid of the custom landing pages. We wanted to keep that because it makes sense if you have a custom domain to have a custom landing page, and we're not against that at all. So we've got that still available here. And if you want to, then if you are an admin of a group, you can go into custom landing page and you can choose to customize this and you can turn this on. So right now it's turned off for the community group, but you can turn it on by clicking enable custom landing page and then we'll enable it as well. That's that. Yeah, and that's basically how it works. And then it will be featured on your custom landing page as the registration page for your custom landing page. So anytime that someone goes to the domain, they will then go to that custom landing page first, as opposed to the marketplace listing, which is the about. So that's how that's working now. It's not necessarily a finished, perfect product. We're still working through it, and we're going to probably continue to do that until we get to this marketplace part, which will come after the app's released. So we're preparing for that, and we have in mind, we have a vision how we want it to look and how we want it to be used. So we've adjusted to make sure that we're not going to have any problems later, because we don't want to change the structure too much once we roll out the app, essentially, because then it's a lot more work, and we want to avoid having to do more work or do something twice. So that's the main purpose of it. Would this number be possible also for the landing page? Yes, it would be. I think we can add that in. We haven't added it in yet, but I think it's possible that we can do that. We've got it on our list. I saw the post, so we'll be looking at how we can do that as well in terms of number of members in a group. So to showcase that, how many members are existing in the group on a custom landing page. What about the app? A lot of members ask for it and see it as a key feature for them. Yes, so the app started development. We've started the development of the app, which is fantastic. We're now at the stage where we've over, and I talked about this in the last call, but we were just finishing off the last major updates, and now we're into doing the app. So from my perspective now, the upgrades, we're just on refinement. The upgrades are there, they're done, and some of them need to be improved, and we're working through that. However, we're starting development on the app now, and I think within the next 1 to 2 months, we will be able to present something that you'll be able to see. So that will be really cool. It'll depend how we're going. I'll know on the next office hours call how much progress we've made. I'm hopeful that by that time, I'll be able to offer a more clear idea about when we'll be finished with it. Right now, I think it's probably going to take between 1 and 3 months to get right. So we can probably say that between 1 and 3 months we'll have it, but that's the major focus for us right now because all the features are done. We're now focused fully on the app. Cool. So that's everything. I've gone through a lot. I've been talking for a long time. Is there any questions that you've got, or anything that you would like to discuss or share, or uh, any feedback, or let me know if there's something. We'll put some time into that, and yeah, let me know. And hopefully you're finding the languages good as well. I haven't seen too much about it in the group, which is probably a good sign. I know a lot of people are using them, so hopefully the languages are working well. We've rolled out a lot of languages recently, and we recently rolled out Dutch last week. So last week Dutch came out. I believe it's there now, actually. One sec, I'll just double check that. But I believe that we have Dutch now available. So if you're Dutch from the Netherlands and you speak Dutch, then I believe that you will now have this. And we do have a number of people from the Netherlands who are using the software. So let me just see. Yeah, there we go. So we now have Dutch added as well. You can't switch on your cameras. One sec. Sorry about that. I didn't realize that. Those tools and start video. Cool. Sorry about that. I was wondering why no one had their video on, but I thought it was I didn't think that it was because I had my some setting on. Hi, Sabine. Good to see you. Cool. Hi, Matthias. Cool, Sabine, I'll bring you on.
Okay. I must say, it's all great developments in the last 2 months. The upgrade system is great. The Pulse is great. There's really a great development in Communi. My question is concerning Marketplace. What priority has it? Is it after the app?
Yeah, so it'll be after the app. I mean, the main thing we want to do is think after the app's ready is incentivize and try and work with group admins as much as possible to help grow the groups. And I think we'll start that process by inviting a set number of groups to become
Hmm.
part of a success stories on the landing page. So on
Yeah,
our community site, which will become the marketplace, and we'll grow from there. But first, we'll feature those that are making
yeah.
sales, that are doing well, and then after that we'll introduce more and more into that as we see the groups are growing, and we'll create a better system for that. But so initially we'll be inviting people to submit who have successful groups, submit to the marketplace. We'll be manually approving them and adding them to the website.
Yeah, okay. Because this search feature, how can I discover other groups? That's asked a lot.
Yeah. So we don't have enough groups at the moment that have enough traction to make it
Hmm.
to just have it open. So it'll just have, I think it'll start with, yeah, we'll start probably with 10 to 20, and then we'll grow from there.
Okay. Yeah. And concerning the challenges that I asked before, in the Pro upgrade, there is something mentioned about challenges, and it's never mentioned somehow in the office hours. That's why I asked, maybe you have to change the landing page.
I think I need to change the landing page. Yeah, we did have. I didn't realize that. I haven't checked it for a long time. But
Better put the tier system in instead of challenges.
yeah, I think the tiers is more probably a bigger thing for people as
More
well. So
attractive. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, it's a good idea. I'll do that. I'll put a note on that to do it today. Yeah.
But thank you for all the work that you and your team are doing.
Oh, thanks. I really appreciate it. And yeah, thanks for helping out as well. And I see you've been really active in the community and helping out. I think everyone on the call has been really active, which has been great. And yeah, it's awesome to get the feedback that we're getting, and all of it helps us to shape this stuff. So it's really good. Yeah. And the upgrades has been probably the biggest one that we received feedback on. So I'm really glad that I'm kind of glad that everyone's a little bit quiet on it. But if anyone sees any problems or has any better ways of doing it, that's probably the biggest thing that I'd like to see. Just to see if we're monitoring it from the back end, how many people are using it and how they're using it. But if there's suggestions on how we can improve it, then we can look at doing those. Yeah, because it is a big deal. Yeah, it's a big upgrade. It's a big update that people should hopefully use. Yeah, and we're going to incorporate it into the community group as well. So there's plans to add it in and roll it into that over the next 2 to 4 weeks. So cool. What about the restrictions from categories and tags? I have a need for more than 10 categories, especially in one group. I have a need for 21 categories. Is that possible? D-Lev, could you post in the group what the need is and why you'd need that many categories? And then we'll have a look at it. So we'll get feedback on it. The 10 categories was just a limitation we put in place to see if anyone had any need for more. And if that was enough, then we would just leave it at that. For us, obviously, 10 categories is enough, but we'd love to find out how you're using those categories and why you might need more. Now, any more questions? Let me know if you've got any more questions that we can go over today. What about the remaining courses? Oh, the renaming the courses. Uh, we have an update that we've put into our to-dos, but here's what we want to do. We don't want to. It's a little bit difficult because the courses themselves, they're connected with the landing pages, they're connected with the marketplace, they're connected with different things. And that's why I'm a little bit hesitant to add too much flexibility to it. Because if we add flexibility to it, then it means that it adds inconsistency across the place. So that's the major hesitation I have. I wouldn't be against, though, creating new names for having maybe 4 or 5 different names that you could choose for that have a similar meaning to courses or outline the purpose of it. I wouldn't be against doing that. And we might see that that could evolve into something better than what we have, definitely. So I guess what I'd like to know is what names instead of courses would people like? Yeah. And then we can look at that. And the ticket that we have is to investigate what other names people want and provide a multi-choice option. That's the first step. Because we don't want to add too much flexibility, but we do want to have some choices. So yeah, maybe it's classroom if you wanted classroom instead of courses, for example. I think school, yeah, like school has needs said, then we could do that. I wouldn't be against having that, having some more flexibility there. It would just don't need to make sense. And the big thing is, if people in the future are coming and visiting, if they're seeing courses everywhere, they're going to know what a course is. But if they're seeing different names, then it can get confusing because they need to learn something new. So that's the major thing. It's just because of how it's being used. Uh, but I'm not against changing it. I'm not against changing it if it makes sense. Cool. Yeah, documentation. Yeah, that would make sense as well. Yeah, or articles, I guess. I wouldn't be against changing it to that. So, because if for some, you may not want a course, you may just want a place where you can put articles or content or knowledge base or documentation. So, depending on purpose, it could be different. And right now, with the flexibility we have, I think you could have something different to there. So, I'm not against doing that at all. If you, I mean, let's make a list maybe of the names inside of Communi. That would be great, and then we can look at that because yeah, I think about the knowledge base that we're doing as well. I mean, that would probably make more sense in courses. I think about it and replace courses with the knowledge base for now, and then incorporate the videos into it. That could be done. So, I mean, we won't do it in the short term, but maybe, yeah, or files, yeah. So, yeah, if we can update that, I'm not against having a look at that. Yeah, perhaps a choice of 4 to 5 different names to choose from, as you mentioned. Yeah, and maybe multi-choice. And events could be the same. So, if there's another name for events. I also wouldn't be against changing that or having some different options there. I'm not sure what they might be, but yeah. And is anyone using the tag system as well? Has anyone tried that out? I'd love to get some feedback on that. If Sabine, I'm not sure if you've tested it out. If you have, great. I'd love to hear how it's going and if there's any improvements we could make there because it's something that's new. Great. How did you start to use it? Um, I'll bring you on. One sec. I'll bring you on. It'll be easier. Cool. Unmuted? Yeah.
So I started to use it. I also made a poll in my community. I set one tag for, in German, it's lesenswert, worthy to read. It's about posts with a long discussion below it,
Mm.
which about the topic of the community. And the other one, what was it? Someone proposed quick wins, which
Quick
would
wins?
be a great
It's a good
option
one.
too. And the One I was setting was, oh, where is it? Oh, polls. I created one
Pods.
for the polls. Yeah, because I
Cool.
want to put all the polls that we've done before into this category.
Right. That's
Tags,
great.
the tags, yeah.
Yeah. Cool. So great. Okay, that makes sense. And that has it been more useful than putting those into categories? Did you have them in categories before, or how do you
No,
differentiate between the categories and the
no, I think
tags?
there's a difference concerning what kind of content it is and what form of content. Because polls are a part of content, but I want to see all the polls that we've made before to go back to them and to find them easily.
Got it. Got it. That makes sense. When you say pods, what do you mean pods? You mean the groups themselves? The
No, the polls I
Oh, the
made
polls.
within the
Sorry, sorry.
common
Yeah, I misheard you.
polls.
Yeah, sorry, I misheard you. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Cool. So polls. That makes sense. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense actually. So if there's polls that people have posted, then you can assign tags to those polls, and they might belong in a category. So, for example, a poll about,
yeah,
um, you know, about it might be a poll relating to a feature, for example, or something like
yeah,
that. I'm thinking in terms of yeah. And but then you could just have general polls. So all of the polls relating to anything across all of the categories are in this one section. That makes sense. Okay, great. Cool.
yeah.
Okay, that's really cool.
Yeah, and also the quick wins was a proposal from one of the members. It's a great idea to have something like tips and tricks, for example, short tips and tricks that are helpful for everybody.
Great. That's awesome. We could probably do that with our success one that we've got on Communi as well. Do you have, Sabine, I was curious, do you have any ideas about the what we can do inside of Communi with the gamification that would make it interesting for admins? I was going to ask you privately about this, but
Yeah.
I guess you're on the call now, so if you're not against discussing it, we can talk about it
Let's
now.
have another call.
Okay, we'll do that. Okay, sounds good. Cool. Awesome. All right. Anything else that anyone has a question on or anything else to discuss? Otherwise, I think we'll close it up there. Any other questions? No. All right, awesome. Well, I think that's the hour mark. So what we'll do is we'll close this off and we'll jump on the next call. I want to say thanks everyone for coming on. Hopefully it's been really good and you've been able to go through. We've been able to go through the upgrade updates. You can see them now. And the good news is that we're over the major updates we've been working on, so they're now in the software. And next step will be the app and incorporating the app into what we're doing. So I hope you're excited about what's coming. Thanks again for jumping on and stay in touch in the community until the next office hours, and look forward to hopefully sharing some good news about progress with how we're doing with the app and that in the next call. So thanks for joining, and we'll talk again soon. All right, bye. Thanks.